Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of an instructional video on how to replace your drive shaft on a BMW 1200 GS, and this one is from 2007, so the air-cooled model. I do not have any prior mechanicking experience. I'm just a guy with more than one functional brain cell and the ability to watch YouTube. So you're already here, that means you know how to watch YouTube, and if you have more than one brain cell, then this should be pretty easy. I don't mean to suggest it'll be effortless.
Absolutely hammered.
Fixing things yourself always comes with mistakes and a learning curve.
The wrong prop shaft
We are certainly no exception to that.
is apparently not what you're meant to do.
But there is no substitute for the satisfaction of repairing your own shit.
Okay, here's the game plan. First, we're going to take off the wheel. Then, we're going to take off the brake caliper and this bolt over here. From that point, we should be able to drop down the end of the swing arm and access the spine inside of there. And we should also be able to pull out the drive shaft. Easy peasy. Obviously, always keep everything in one place. Now is probably also quite a good time for me to put on a different jacket because this one's quite nice. Nice working jacket on, courtesy of my dad. Yeah, let's get to taking this brake caliper off. Pretty sure these are meant to be Loctited on, but they're not. Oops. Now, if you're just here to lube the spine, then it's a good idea to also do a final drive service. I'm not going to be doing that today because I actually did that not too long ago. Okay, easy. 2 bolts and the brake caliper is loose. However, I am now going to zip tie this onto the frame because it's never a good idea to let a caliper just hang from the banjo bolt. So give me 1 sec. And that should be good. Looks like my dad's back.
Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, you can just let that drop down.
No, but the wire.
ABS sensor. Yeah, you need to undo that first.
The oil's not going to leak out of that hole, is it?
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. So it's in neutral right now, and it just no more spinning because the drive shaft is.
It is kaput.
So there's a little ABS sensor at the back here that you need to take out. Looks like a small Torx, but with that out, I should be able to drop this down. Now we should be able to bring this out. Take out this bolt with a bit of maneuvering. You see the oil is just coming out of the ABS sensor hole. I thought it wasn't meant to come out of here. Things don't always go to plan, but you can kind of just make it work. The inside of this is a little magnet, and it catches filings. Oh. Hello, cat. Very crusty. Very, very crusty. So this is what we got on the inside here.
You see all the pins lying down there?
Yeah.
Now we're going to move that off there. And then pry something in there to pull that shaft out of there. And hopefully we manage without too much PT. It is absolutely hammered. Oh my word. So you'll see in there, there's like a spline thing. See it?
Yeah.
So that's coming out of the gearbox. So yeah, exactly. Spray lank on there.
There we go. Moment of truth. Look at this thing. Smashed. Absolutely smashed.
You can see the shaft sworn, everything inside here.
So this is the part we're really worried about. The spline coming from the gearbox. Because if that's damaged, then we can have a really bad time. But luckily that looks alright.
Take a peek in there. Looks like
pretty hectic.
a mouse pulled house.
Come shine this side, Dad.
I'm so glad nothing happened to you.
Okay, we're going to use some brake and parts cleaner now to just clean up all the gunk inside of there from the other dead prop shaft. And then tomorrow we're going to get the rubbers and stuff from BMW so we can put the other one in. Okay, so I'm back in the garage now, and I just wanted to show you guys how nice and clean we've got it. So here's the difference between the two prop shafts. And then over here, we basically just use some brake cleaner, some tool in a can, and a magnet to get all the pins and metal shavings out.
Okay, so there was a recall on a lot of the drive shafts of the LCs and even previous models where they rusted, and this is due because guys went through rivers and the water didn't drain off. So you had rust forming on the splines, or the universal joint went, just like you see on that one there. So after they did the recall, they drilled little holes in this swing arm, which I've just done here, and they've put little valves in so that the excess water can actually drain out of this, and that'll save the universal joint by quite a bit.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is lube the splines on this prop shaft and then put it in from the back side over here and put the rubber boot on here before we put it in. So what we were doing, just trying to put this thing in, is apparently not what you're meant to do. You're meant to drop this down to put it in. So we ended up breaking the rubber, which is unfortunate, but at least we made this mistake, so now you don't have to. You're welcome.
We're going to drop the swing arm so that we can get the front boot out and the new one in. By doing that, we've got to undo this, pull out the two pins on either side. So this here, as you can see, is the pivot. So basically this little part here goes into the bearing, which sits inside. Okay, so I've taken the liberty of loosening the friction nut, and now I'm just going to screw out the pin on this side. Okay.
Here's the new one.
Yeah. See, now you got all the space you want to work in. So I'll hold the swing arm back and then you can put it in from underneath.
Okay. Can you take it any further away, or is
No,
that?
this is pretty much it. Once you get the back side over the spline there, then you'll have a lot of space to play with. There you go.
Is it in on that side?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's in.
That's crazy. So much easier than.
Well, when you do it right.
It's a surreal moment. Okay, so now we're going to put it in from the back like this. The spline is already lubed up.
From side to side. Oh, there you go.
There we go. It's
Well.
coming.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And
beautiful.
she's on.
Okay, now we put this rubber boot on. See? So we've
Right.
cleaned and copper
Oh, wait.
stitched it. And now we put this side in and then this side, and then you can start assembling.
You got my Loctite.
Yeah? It's my Loctite.
It's my Loctite.
Wasn't paying rent, so it became mine.
Yep.
Because this is pushing on that bearing, don't want to tighten it because it can actually push the rollers out. So you need to be very careful. So you see, that's enough. But this nut here is the bugger that needs to get tightened. There you go.
And that's approximately 2,000 Newton meters. I'm 100% sure it went on.
Okay. If you put it in gear, we can start for No, it's still turning. So no, it's not on there.
How would it have fallen off?
I don't know. Shouldn't be able to turn.
So it looks like this thing is spinning on the spline. Looks bigger. So it looks like they've given us the wrong prop shaft. The new one has much bigger splines than the old one, and so it's spinning.
Thank God we didn't put everything back together.
This is quite unfortunate, but yeah, we'll be back with a new prop shaft. Okay, so we got the new drive shaft now, after the old one did not fit. It's got the correct size splines for the standard 1200. There we go. It's on. Would it be helpful to put this on first?
Oh, good.
and it's in on both sides. Because I want to put copper slip on this. Need a bit of force.
That sounds good.
Okay, so now we want to put 220 mils of oil inside. Syntrax Long Life 75W90 transmission fluid. Yeah, no working silica. So the ideal way to do this is with the syringe, but due to our lack of syringe, we've settled upon siphoning. Gravity feeding the transmission fluid. The last of the oil is busy siphoning in, and then we can close it all up. Carb cleaner?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Loctite please.
So, just give your discs a good wipe.
The brakes on this side.
When the engine's running.
Okay, well now we just chuck the wheel back on. It's on.
So the only thing that I'd like to still get sorted at BMW is for them to torque that side.
Okay, so we went to BMW to find out the exact procedure they use as not to damage the swing arm bearing. So with the two parts out, you wire brush them and get their threads clean. Then you put Loctite on the inner part and thread it in with 4 Newton meters of force, just to seat into the bearing. Then you let the Loctite set for about 30 minutes before threading on the outside bolt and torquing it to 115 Newton meters. Alright, it started raining, so this is where I'm going to end with the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.